Hello. Welcome back to another video in my daily upload series for the month of November. Real quick about my sketches today. There's a series of sketches that's going to be on the screen. These are all characters in my upcoming webcomic / side comic, The Murder. It's a slice of life, wacky, zany, absurdist take on the high school story, really about relating my experiences and the writer's experiences in high school and how we found ourselves. I think the story is pretty cool. I hope you look forward to it, and I hope you like the character designs. Today I wanted to talk about more of a somber topic, a topic that I believe is important to speak on and I've been thinking on for a while, especially during 2020. I think as artists or as creatives, we have a tendency to be very critical of ourselves, and being critical is not a problem, but it becomes a problem when that criticality starts turning into self-hatred. In the past, I myself have been a victim to my own criticality, and I have fallen into a pattern of self-hatred. It's interesting because there was a time where I thought that was actually the right way to do things, that only by hating myself could I improve as an artist. Thinking about it now, it seems really backwards, but that's just a testament to where my mental state was. And in 2020, I can confidently say that that mindset was completely incorrect. There is almost no benefit. Actually, I don't see any benefit to hating yourself. It's completely counterproductive. In fact, I would say it's destructive. So I wanted to talk about this a little bit and explain some strategies, in air quotes, that I used to deflect the self-hatred over time and stop spiraling in that direction and slowly come back up to a state where I like myself more. And I think the ultimate end goal for me is to love myself. And I'll explain a little bit about why I believe loving yourself is probably the most important part of the art journey. But before that, let me talk a little bit more about self-hatred and why I think it's counterproductive. Already, in the world at large, there is a vast potential for people to hate you. Doesn't matter who you are, what you think, or what you do, that possibility always exists. And every time you make a move or you take an action, you run the risk of having people hate you. So I don't see a single benefit to you hating yourself and then having to deal with hatred from the outside as well. That's like a double whammy. If you beat yourself up every single time you make a mistake and you start loathing yourself for it, you're not going to believe you have any potential. And that's going to reflect on how you view yourself in the art community at large. To give an example, when I was in my spiral of self-hatred, I would create pieces and I would post them and I would judge my own work critically before I posted the work, and then I would take people's silence or a change in the engagement that piece garnered as further proof of my lack of ability, which would again fuel the idea that I'm not doing the right thing. And it's just a self-perpetuating cycle. Okay, so what did I do to combat my own feelings of doubt, insecurity, and hatred for myself? There were a few things. Firstly, when I was becoming a bit more positive about my art, and I noticed myself falling into a slump because there was a big challenge in front of me or because I just wasn't able to understand a concept, the first thing I would do is actually get up and call someone. It could be my mom, my dad, my younger brother, or it could be a close friend. And I would just ask them a question. It would have nothing to do with art most of the time. And I would start a conversation. And oftentimes, I would walk away from that conversation feeling better. Because the one thing I've realized is that real friends and real family, they will never hate you. No matter how honest they are with you, you will never sense hatred from them because they actually care about you. And when you yourself are in a spiral of hatred and self-loathing, having someone who legitimately cares about you, converse with you, interact with you, socialize with you, helps ground you and bring you back up from that negative pit. Maybe not all the way, but it starts you back on the path. Another thing I would do is I would tell myself at certain points in the day little phrases to pick me up, and I would repeat them often. For example, when I woke up in the morning, the first thing I would tell myself is, I want to be a better artist. Sometimes I looked in the mirror and sometimes I didn't, but usually that helped frame my mind in a positive light as I went about my day. Then, before I actually drew at any given point, I would say to myself, I'm going to be a better artist. And I would use that positive resolve and energy to start my exercises for the day, whatever they may have been, whatever I was trying to accomplish art-wise. And I noticed that the more I did this, it didn't do anything initially, but the more I did this, the more enthusiastically I was able to tackle artistic challenges. And I didn't feel bad afterwards, which was a big problem back when I was in my self-loathing phase. Just one more example of something I tried during this phase was just doing quick breaks. You cannot understate the value of quick breaks. What do I mean by quick break? Well, I would get up when I felt frustrated, and instead of dwelling on it, I would go get a glass of water, or I would maybe treat myself to a snack, maybe do 5 minutes of walking, pacing in the house, and come back, sit down, and get back to it. Little breaks like that can really help reset the mood, and it can prevent you from going down a path, mentally speaking, that may not be as healthy. So earlier in the video, I mentioned that I was moving away from a pattern of self-loathing and working towards a path of self-love. I feel this is really important, especially for an artist or a creative, because if you don't love yourself in real life, no one else will love you. If you don't love your artwork, no one else will love it either. You have to love what you do, otherwise no one else will love it. You have to see the value in what you do, otherwise no one else will see the value in it. You see where I'm getting at here? It's a very positive, symbiotic cycle that feeds itself with good vibes, and that's what we should be aiming for. As artists, we are meant to express ourselves. That's kind of the point of doing art. It's an expression, and we should do so in ways that help people think, help people be entertained, and provide lasting value. And I think honestly the best place you could be in to be able to provide that type of value is to be in a place where you can wake up in the morning and be happy to be you. There's way too much negativity in the world for you to be another source of it, in my opinion. Even if that's directed at yourself, that's going to leak out and other people will be affected by it. So I don't want to be a source of negativity, and I don't want to be negative to myself anymore. And I think I'm actually on the right path. I think I'm getting there. I am curious if anybody else has been in negative spots in their lives, spots where they might not have liked themselves. I wouldn't go as far as to say self-loathing, but if you'd be willing to share, you can go ahead and do that. Tell me about your experiences and what you did to cope in the comments below. And as always, thank you for watching. Please like if you did. Subscribe to my channel for more video content. You can check out my Instagram for all my art content, and you can check out my Discord server, link in the description box below. Take care everyone, stay safe, and I'll see you in the next video.